There's the lads. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah. Hi, Brian.
Hi.
Hey guys. All right, so with this, we'll just get going here. We've got a few people on live here. So um, if you're just joining in with us, guys, my name's Brian. I'm a furniture maker from Wicklow. I do Bear Creation and Punk. They're the two companies I'm involved with. Today, though, we're going to be talking with Ben and Dan from Irish Design Works. They are two furniture makers from the west of Ireland. Their stuff is incredible. Check them out. They've each got their own social media pages as well. So really, really, really remarkable makers. Maybe you guys want to just start with just telling us a little bit about yourselves, each one of your individual companies and what you guys do.
Right. Do you want me to start?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're a family business. I've got three of my sons in the workshop. We do bespoke furniture. We do everything from chairs, tables, fitting out houses, done a couple of restaurants, work mainly with European hardwoods, um, and mainly in Ireland. A lot of it in the west of Ireland, but we go all over the country, basically. Yeah, we design everything in-house here, so and make everything ourselves. Like we don't sort of farm anything out. Uh,
And then you
what
go.
about you?
Yeah, so I'm Daniel Gill, and I'm based just outside of County Galway, not far from Ben. I work on my own at a small workshop, and all kind of custom, kind of freestanding pieces of furniture. A lot of it is, I suppose, kind of inspired by kind of classic 19th century design. So a lot of kind of desks and chests of drawers. Lots. I like things with drawers. So
Yeah, you do.
for my sins. Yeah, and so a lot of the wood I use is wood that I source myself. I have a local sawmiller, so a lot of times I even buy the trees, get them milled. I have my own kiln, so I kind of see the process all the way through, from picking the trees right to the end. And similar to Ben, I don't really outsource anything. I try to do all the work myself. Yeah, and it's nearly always just single pieces, one piece at a time.
Yeah, just so everyone else knows, these guys they're phenomenal. They're being a bit humble here. They're really good makers. Their designs are class. You got to check them out. The one thing I'd say about Irish furniture makers is that we got a wealth of talent in this country, and the more you know and the more people you know, you'll see the individual styles that are out there. To start this off, lads, I think this is the best thing to kind of go in is if you guys could give us an overview. I've got my cheat sheet here, by the way, where I printed all the beautiful questions written up by Adele. So the first is, can you give us an overview of Irish Design Works and what is the core idea behind this year's exhibition?
Well, Irish Design Works started off in 2009. So what's that? 16 years ago. In the form of Design Islands. Shane Holland was one of the powerhouses behind it. We started doing exhibitions and shows in Dublin. We went to London. We did 100% Design. We did 10th London, and then it died off for a couple of years. And then I came up with the idea of starting an exhibition in Galway during the Arts Festival in 2000, and when was that? 2014,
Yeah.
something like that. So we did that, and we did that in the name of Design Ireland to keep the momentum of Design Ireland going. So we did that for 3 or 4 years, 4 years I think, um, in two different locations in Galway during the Arts Festival, which worked really well because so many people come into Galway for the Arts Festival. And then, unfortunately, COVID put an end to that. And after COVID, the venue which was brilliant, but the venue that we had used the previous three shows uh, got changed. So we couldn't use it anymore, and finding another venue proved an enormous challenge during the art festival. So we didn't have anything then for a few years, and then Ballymaloe asked Daniel actually to take part in one of their Christmas fairs, and they gave him a full shed. And so Daniel rang me and said, "Listen, they've given me a full shed. I haven't got enough furniture to fill it. So would you join me?" So, so that's how me, Daniel, and Tricia Harris did the Christmas fair at Ballymaloe, which was quite successful in terms of numbers and sales as well.
It was a good introduction as well, like to meet the people that were, well, Brianna, I suppose, especially that runs the show too. Like,
Well, the whole Allen family, really.
Yeah.
You know? And they were so pleased with us and with the show that they asked us to take it into the Grainstore, which is their main venue opposite the hotel, the following summer. That was last year, so we did that for 2 weeks, and that was very good.
The Grainstore is beautiful, I have to say. Like took part in that show last year. It's one of the nicest venues I've ever seen for showcasing furniture. From the venue on that, because you guys got that place and it's amazing. You guys are doing it even longer this year, if I'm remembering that right. The show is going on from much longer than it was last year. It's more of a 3-week show. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, it's rolling from the 25th of July until the 17th of August. Yeah, so that's
19th, actually.
The 19th of August.
Yeah, but it's a class venue. Like last year, you guys had it, and there's lots of hanging space from the roof. There's 2 floors to it. It really is it's an amazing place to showcase Irish furniture, and I couldn't speak more highly of it as well. Just on that, like, how do you choose the designers and makers that you're going to take in this year? Like, what's your kind of your decision process?
Yeah, I suppose following on from the shows in Galway, we kind of had a core kind of group of people that had exhibited with us before in those shows. So they were probably our first port of call anyways, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of the makers that exhibited for a few years in Galway. And then I suppose that's what we kind of did for the first show. And then obviously it's a small, you know yourself, it's a pretty small community, all the makers and designers in Ireland. You might not necessarily know someone yourself, but somebody who you would invite to show would recommend somebody as well. Like, so I think that's kind of how the first show that's how we got the exhibitors together for the first show.
Yeah, and you know, we had to ring around as well, you know, to drum up interest. We did consider, and again, we did consider this year as well to put out an open call. With all the extra work involved, we decided against it, and we just rang around. We checked people's work out and rang around and see, you know, what the interest is, and you know, and again, you know, we've got around about the 20 people that we did have last year, you know. So
and it's a range of disciplines as well. It's not just furniture makers. So for people that are wondering who to go see it, like the thing that's interesting about this show is that you do have makers from across the disciplines. How many disciplines do we have, Laura? How many different, you know, mediums do we have this year?
well, we'll have Michelle O'Donnell doing the glass again, fused glass. We have Tatjana Dobos doing ceramics, very arty pieces. We have
Super Folk doing the prints this year.
yeah.
Which is brilliant.
Cool.
This is their first time exhibiting with us, so we're really looking forward to seeing their pieces now.
Yeah, and then we have more ceramics. We have a willow basket making. We have rugs. Can you think of anything else?
That's pretty much everything. We did have a knife maker last year as well. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we do have
It's
some.
amazing in that way. I have to say that the diversity and the different things. If you're not just, you know, some people that they want to go see the show, that maybe they're not too interested in furniture or anything like that, but seeing the other makers in there, there's lots to see from
Okay.
multiple disciplines in Ireland.
Yeah.
is there a theme or narrative that's running through the exhibit this year, or is it just kind of take what you can get down there? What's the people are bringing with them? That what's
Yeah.
the
No, there's no the team. I suppose is Ireland's that hopefully showcase the best of what Ireland has to offer. Designers and makers, and yeah, because I suppose it's still early days for the show, and a team would probably it's narrowing the pool that already is difficult enough to get exhibitors so
yeah? We don't want to be making it more difficult for them. No, that's great. The other part is what are uh, visitors expected to see or expected to be like? Is it like a traditional gallery, or is it more immersive? What do you kind of want people to get out of this when they go to see it? Do you want them to be like hands in their pockets, or what's the
very relaxed, like it is. I
yeah.
mean, Ballymaloe itself. I mean, the location itself is just even just to go there for a day out, it's fab. So it's just set up like it's an exhibition kind of a experience really, and you get there's we have an invigilator there who will walk people around if they want to be walked around, or you could just go in and look around yourself. I mean, like I said, the venue is fab. There's a beautiful coffee shop there. The grounds are amazing. So it's really a really nice day out, and obviously it's a very relaxed experience, I think. Anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree to that one. I'd say if anybody's going down there, if you just want to actually go and look and properly detailed look at furniture or the makings, you don't really want to be too many people there. Like going during the week is a perfect time to just go and take the time and just immerse yourself in the surroundings around the area, the furniture, the textiles, all the different disciplines that are there. I'd say just go during the midweek if you want, and then if you want to crowd, or even if you want to talk to some of the makers. I know a lot of the makers and a lot of you guys are down on the weekends a lot throughout it and are down at different times. But if you're interested in a piece or you want to talk to a maker down there, just give them an Instagram, I would say, would be another kind of way just to say, listen, I'll be down at this time. Is there any way you can make it down for that? And if they're in the area, I'm sure they'll help out. Or maybe they'll guide you towards a time and a date that they will be down. So do get in
And like
touch with anybody.
that's the great thing about the exhibitions as well. It's a real opportunity to meet the makers and see their pieces, and and you have a personal kind of experience there where you get talked through all the different pieces, and that's obviously one of the great things about these shows.
Yeah, yeah.
It's yeah, so alongside that question with who you get selected, I do feel like I've been down there before, and I do feel like you guys take on some younger designers and makers as well in that kind of thing. Like every year you'll take in someone and, you know, show them an exhibit on how to get them part of that. So, you know, in that kind of sentence, in that kind of thinking, is there anybody young or new in the market that you're taking this year to it that maybe we can give a bit of a heads up to?
No, no, I mean, we do have the same two as we had last year, like Barry Todd and Tom Farrell.
Yeah.
They're doing it, which I'm delighted with, that they're doing it again. It was obviously worth their while. But no, we don't have a graduate. We did have a couple of years ago in Galway, we had a graduate from Letterfrack taking part in the show. But this year, no, we haven't gone down that route, not yet. We hope to, once the show gets a little bit bigger, because obviously if you take on a graduate, you have to subsidize them at the end of the day. And
Yeah.
you have to remember that this is a show that's completely self-funded by the people taking part in it. We don't have any grants to rely on.
Yeah, that's a big point about this show is that it is really grassroots in that way. It's made by you guys and organized by you guys and then funded by the actual exhibitors that are there as well. So
Yeah,
it's a big proponent of this show, and it is to give a shout out to Trisha Harris as well. She has a huge part of this. She's not able to join, or maybe she is able to join. I don't know, but she's a big help to this as well when she's
huge.
uh yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I think there's a. What's the next question? Just got my cheat sheets. I'm just going back to here now. Let me just see.
Nice product,
What?
nice product placement.
Oh, that's a really good question. how's the exhibition evolved since it first began? Like compared to where, your first shows in Galway or even into Tent or whatever you want to go back, but to comparative to where it is now, what would you say is kind of the evolution of it, and where do you see it? Also, in that question, where do you see it going in the future?
What do you think, Ben? I suppose you were there from the earlier days, so
I was there from the start.
you were, without giving too much away.
Well, it's interesting to see how the different makers, especially the ones that were there from the very start, people like Shane Holland and Michelle O'Donnell, myself, Knut Klimek would be another one. How their businesses have evolved over the years. The show in itself hasn't changed its format really. It's a fairly organic setup that we have. We don't have any strict structures in place. We try to sort of keep it as flexible as possible, and I think we'll keep doing that in the future as well. Keep that flexibility that we can experiment with, with different people as well. But it's nice to have that following of different makers and see how their work develops, because you obviously every year or every time you have to come up with new products. So it's always a challenge, not only time-wise, but creatively as well.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a good showcase for anything new or existing that you have product-wise. I couldn't agree more with that. Do you guys have anything special coming up yourselves? And are you designing anything for the show or bringing something new that hasn't been seen before, or what's your?
Yeah, I have a kind of a writing desk that I'm finishing up for the show. Have lots of drawers, so that's a fun one. Uh, yeah, and then
I
myself.
can imagine there's like a drawer inside a drawer inside a drawer inside a
Yeah,
drawer.
you never know.
Yeah. Yeah. All with tiniest dovetails possible, if I know you. Like, it feels like,
All hand cut.
Oh, of
yeah, all
course.
hand cut. Yeah, yeah. That's perfect. One thing to go, guys, is where do people get hold of tickets, and do they need to pre-book?
No, there's no tickets or no pre-booking. You just turn up at Ballymaloe, the Grainstore, and walk in.
Yeah, spend as long as you want there. Yeah,
It's
And
a
bring
free
your check.
event, basically. But that way.
It is a free event, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
There's
And
a
I
ten.
would encourage people out anyway that's thinking of going would be to go down. Well, try and make it down either for the opening or closing, where you can get to meet the makers. It's a really good time. Everybody will be there that's exhibiting. Well, most people will be of the makers. So if you want to get in and talk to them about a piece, that'll be the perfect time to go down. When is the event opening again? When is the opening day?
25th. The 25th
25th.
of July, 7 o'clock, yeah.
25th of July, 7 o'clock. So if you're in the area or you're going to make your way down, that would be a perfect day for it. Or maybe even the day after. A lot of the makers will be there the day after as well. So.
Yeah, definitely that weekend will be a good weekend because all the makers will be there for setting up. So chances are there'll be a good few makers past that weekend for sure. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Where can people find out more information? Is it just website or socials? Where's the best place to go find out any upcoming information on it?
So on our Instagram page, I suppose really is the best place. There's a kind of a profile of all the makers there, and it'll be updated fairly regularly now over the next few weeks.
Sound. Well, that's all my cheat sheet questions done. I've got nothing else. But
Well,
to say thanks very much, guys, for doing this. And then another big shout out is this is a great show. I've done it myself a few times. Couldn't recommend it more. So yeah, if you're in the area, am I right? 25th of July to the 19th of August. Is that the right dates?
That's
Yeah.
right.
If you're in the area, definitely get down to see it. It's a showcase of Irish talent across disciplines. So definitely get in there. Thanks, guys. I think we'll leave it at that.
perfect.
All right, thank you.
Cheers, guys.